Hi everyone, my name is Anthony Lomax and I'm the Vice President Community for the Society of Graduate and Professional Students at Queen's University during the 2020-2021 school year. In that role, I oversee the work of the Commissioners and the Indigenous Graduate Student Liaison. I sit on university committees, liaise with community partners, and represent you at the Canadian Federation of Students. Today I'm going to present 7 ways that graduate and professional students can get involved in student governance at the SGPS. As a brief disclaimer, this video is being made in late June 2020, so some information may become out of date. I'm going to try and keep this as up to date as I can. I wanted to start with just a brief overview of what the SGPS does. This can be broken into 2 main categories. The first being services, many of which will be discussed in other Know Your Services videos. The second is advocacy. This is what we'll be focused on in this presentation since we're talking about student governance. So I'm going to proceed by describing 7 different roles that you can take on as an SGPS member, the function of those roles, and where to go for more information if you would like to apply or be nominated for one of these positions. The first position I wanted to talk about is SGPS Council Representative. So who are council representatives? Well, council is the legislative body of the SGPS, and it directs and oversees the work of the SGPS executive. Your program, department, or faculty, as well as other programs, departments, and faculties, send representatives to sit on SGPS Council. And the number of representatives that you can send depends on the number of students that your program, department, or faculty represents. There's a bit of a table here in case you're interested. As a council representative, you can motion, second, and vote at all meetings of SGPS Council. So you're an active part of that decision-making process. You sit also on your program, department, or faculty student council and relay information from the SGPS to people in your program, department, or faculty. And also vice versa, you bring issues and perspectives from people in your department, program, and faculty to council and vote with these issues and perspectives in mind. If you're interested in becoming a council rep, these are elected positions. You're elected for a 1-year term, and the people who vote are the people that you represent directly. So if you're a geography graduate student, other geography graduate students would vote for you. If you're interested in more information, I would talk to your department's graduate student council, student leaders, or graduate program administrator. And if no one's sure, you can reach out to the SGPS as well. We can also provide you software to host online elections, if that's helpful. The second way you can get involved is as an SGPS member. An SGPS member is any graduate or professional student who's paid an SGPS fee. And there's lots of things that you can do as an SGPS member. You can vote in all elections and referenda. You can speak and make your voice heard at meetings of the SGPS Council. You can make motions, bring motions, second, and vote at SGPS general meetings. So general meetings are different than council meetings. Council meetings happen about once a month. Only council members can vote at those, as well as the executive. Twice per year we have general meetings. Any member of the SGPS can bring motions, second, and vote at general meetings. And general meeting decisions supersede decisions made by the SGPS executive and the SGPS council. So the members are actually the supreme rulers of the SGPS. As a member, you can also pose referendum questions, which can be a question about anything in the SGPS purview, but are mostly related to optional fees that can be put on our fee slate for things like the Reel Out Film Festival. You can also participate in monthly SGPS town halls, volunteer for or attend events. You can join various committees, like some of the ones listed here. You can always be in email contact with the executive, commissioners, staff members. You can fill out our SGPS Anonymous feedback form and also attend the weekly SGPS President virtual office hours. The third way you can get involved is as one of the SGPS officers of council. So there are 3 positions that are officers of council, and their purpose is to run council meetings and to run SGPS elections. These roles are the speaker, deputy speaker, and the chief returning officer. The speaker organizes and chairs council meetings as well as general meetings for the SGPS, and is the authoritative interpreter of SGPS bylaws and policies. They also have other roles, but here I'm just listing the main roles of these positions. The deputy speaker records minutes and other documents to make available to members, and also keeps attendance for council meetings. They also step in if the speaker can't attend a meeting. The chief returning officer runs SGPS elections and referenda. So if you're interested in becoming one of these officers of council, these are again elected positions. You're elected for a 1-year term. Speakers are usually elected in March or April, and the chief returning officer is elected in around October. And I would look for communication from the SGPS or your council reps ahead of those dates. There's also probably information that would be posted on the SGPS website, so that's another place to look. Or our social media. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We always post more information there as well. Fourth way you can get involved is as a commissioner or liaison. Commissioners and liaisons are employees of the SGPS who have really important portfolios. So the Indigenous Graduate Liaison, the Equity and Diversity Commissioner, the International Student Affairs Commissioner, the Athletics and Wellness Commissioner, and the Social Commissioner all run different portfolios. And while the portfolios are specific, and you can kind of guess what they do by their title, there are also more broadly things that all of these folks do. So first, they plan events for SGPS members. They advise council and the executive on matters relating to their portfolios. They represent the SGPS on various committees, and they chair their commissions committee that SGPS members can volunteer to be on. And I think this year we're planning to have announcements go out about those committees in September. So look for it then. Commissioners and liaisons also sit on council as non-voting members, and they make reports to council about their work, and they also attend commissioner meetings with me or the person in my role, Vice President Community. If you're interested in taking on one of these roles, please apply. And announcements for these roles generally come out in March through email, and there's also a career opportunities web page on our sgps.ca site. Moving on, the graduate student senator position. So they are a voting member of the Queen's University Senate. So this is a big university-wide body, and they determine all matters of an academic character that affect the university as a whole. So some examples of recent decisions, they're deciding on a fall term break, whether that's a good idea. They're also currently, they've just decided to create a new Black Studies minor as well. So any of those types of decisions, as well as others, are made in this very important body. So the Senate meets about once per year during the academic year. And as a graduate student senator, you vote on motions at Senate. You're one of 56 voting members. You also sit on SGPS Council as a non-voting member and make regular reports so that we know what's going on at Senate. And if you're interested in becoming a senator, this is an elected 2-year term position. And nomination packages with more information are released by the SGPS in late fall or early winter. You can also become involved, 6th, as a graduate student trustee. Trustees are voting members of the Queen's University Board of Trustees. Again, another really important big body that's university-wide and is responsible for the financial management of the university, as well as appointing principals and vice principals. So, this body meets quarterly, March, May, September, and December, but this is still quite a commitment because it's 2 days of meetings at each of these times. As a graduate student trustee, you're one of 25 voting members of the Board of Trustees. You also sit on SGPS Council as a non-voting member and make regular reports so we know what's going on in that body. And to become a trustee, the process is pretty much exactly the same as becoming a senator. Final seventh way that you can become involved in student governance at the SGPS is as an SGPS executive member. So there are 5 elected SGPS executive positions with different portfolios. The president, vice president graduate, vice president professional, vice president finances and services, and vice president community. The executive are the corporate directors of the SGPS. They oversee SGPS employees. They act as a steering committee for council. They uphold the SGPS bylaws and policies, represent the SGPS in dealing with external organizations, groups, and individuals, respond to concerns of and take direction from council and membership, and serve on various committees. If you want to become an executive, nomination packages with more information are again released in late fall or early winter. And whereas senators and trustees are elected for a 2-year term, executives are elected for a 1-year term. So that's a brief overview of different ways you can get involved in student governance at SGPS. If you'd like more information, feel free to email me. It's vp.community@sgps.ca. Hope this was helpful, and thank you for watching.